Good afternoon. So great to have everyone here for this special day, introducing Jimmy Rogers as the new football coach here at WSU. We will hear from Ann McCoy and Jimmy Rogers here coming up. And we'll also have time for questions from the media and our audience here. But first, we want to recognize some very special people here today. First, Coach Rogers' family, his wife Haley, children Reese and Trace, and in-laws Joe and Lisa Williams. Welcome to the Palouse. Also like to welcome WSU Board of Regents Chair Lisa Keohokalole-Shower. We appreciate all the support shown by you and the entire board. Also like to thank Cougar Hall of Fame coach Mike Price, who is here today. Coach Price, thank you for being here. So again, as we said, we'll have comments here coming up from Ann McCoy and Coach Rogers, and then we will have time for our questions from the media and the audience as well. But with that, it's my pleasure to turn things over to Athletic Director Ann McCoy.
Great, thank you so much. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Washington State University, and welcome to the next chapter of Cougar football. We're very excited to be here today, and you know, I need to tell you, when you work in athletics, hiring a head coach is a tremendous responsibility. For a lot of reasons. First of all, they have the impact on a lot of people around them. They have the impact on the culture. But also, so many people are invested and they matter to so many people. And when we talk about a head football coach and the number of lives that they impact and continue to impact throughout time, it's just really an honor to be able to go through the process. And I'd like to say, first of all, really fortunate to have a lot of great colleagues around to help through that process, but also the current student athletes and just the amazing job they have done getting through the end of the season, but also providing a lot of input and insight as to, you know, the next head football coach and, you know, qualities that are very important to them and honoring the legacy that they've been working so hard to continue and build upon. But also the number of, you know, students, alum, faculty, staff, former players, former coaches, the number of people that reached out with feedback and thoughts and, you know, was really a testament to, again, how much this program matters to so many people and how important it is. And really thinking of the qualities that were described, and not so much individual people that they may have been talking about, but hearing about, you know, the grit, the hard work, the, you know, the competitiveness, being a consistent winner, but caring about people around them, caring about their community, wanting to be part of something bigger than themselves. You know, really, you know, somebody that makes an impact on people. And I think as they describe all those things that certainly represent Washington State University and Washington State football, we go through the process and we talk with a tremendous number of really qualified, talented coaches, and then we met Jimmy Rogers in person. And we really enjoyed our time. We really enjoyed getting to know him. But when we met him and had a chance to spend more time with him as an administrative team and talked with people that had played with him, played for him, that he'd coached with, that he'd been around, to hear about the type of person he was, not just the type of coach that he is, we knew that we had found the right football coach to lead this program going forward. And so I know he's the one you're here to listen to, so I'll keep my comments brief. But I just want to say, we could not be more thrilled, we could not be more excited to welcome Coach Rogers, his family, and the entire coaching staff and community that he'll bring with him, but also those coaches and staff and student athletes that get to continue being part of this journey here at Washington State University. It is my extreme pleasure and honor to introduce to you our 35th football coach at Washington State University, Coach Jimmy Rogers.
Well, thanks, Ann. And thank you guys for coming out. I'm blessed. I'm excited to be the 35th head coach here at Washington State. I promise you I'll get the whole staff and I'll learn the fight song and the hand motions.
We promised you'll
Yeah, I know. They were trying to hide me with Butch over there. They gave me a whole, I'll get it down. But I'm blessed to be here. And I got a ton of people that I'd like to thank. And I'll start with my family. My wife, Haley, my daughter, Reese, my son, Trace, really a light in my life, something that's really a rock in this coaching world. this is a hard journey. It's hard. There's a lot of sacrifice that the families go through, and I'm blessed. They've been unbelievable throughout this journey. My wife has done this since I was a graduate assistant at South Dakota State, so she knows what it's like to watch somebody fold laundry in the laundry room and go up and break down film for 18 hours out of the day. And so I've been blessed to have unbelievable support. I also want to thank Athletic Director Ann McCoy, President Kirk Schultz, Deputy Athletic Director Ike Ukebu, the Board of Regents and Regent Lisa Schauer, Drew Turner of Collegiate Sports Associates. I thank you guys for having faith in me and hearing out my vision and what I have planned here for Washington State. To my parents, Mike and Pat Rogers, who raised me the right way, they instilled a work ethic that has gotten me to this point in my life with unconventional love, just all support my entire existence. I love them to death, and if they're watching, I love you guys. To my in-laws, Joe and Lisa Williams, they brought me into their family. They've shown me nothing but love and respect from day one, and they've been so instrumental in just me and my wife raising our kids. To my mentor, John Stiglmeyer, a man that really lives his life with class. He coached me with love along the way. He gave me every opportunity to succeed. He gave me an opportunity to live a dream. And I worked tirelessly to allow him to accomplish his. And I love you, Coach. To the leadership at SDSU, Athletic Director Justin Sell and his wife Jenny Sell, to President Dunn and his wife Jane, I thank you for the opportunity that you presented to me. I thank you for the friendship and the mentorship along the way. To the wives and the families that really came along this journey with me after becoming head coach, I thank you guys, because your husbands appreciate you, and those things don't go unnoticed. This past week has been a whirlwind for me and my family. You can imagine you move away to go to college at 18 years old, and 19 years later, you're still there. And I never expected that. But I do believe home is where your heart is at. And my heart was at South Dakota State for 19 years. I worked extremely hard to be a part of a build and to build a championship program. And I'm forever grateful for those players I had the opportunity to do it with as a player. To the players that I coached, I love them dearly. And I was blessed to be a part of such an amazing experience, and I know that they have a great future ahead of them. So you're probably wondering, like, well, then why Washington State? And I would tell you this: I'm a really transparent person. I believe in the things that I say, unless I wouldn't say them, and I'm really about people. Okay, and so when I took the interview at Washington State, the first thing that struck me right away was the people that I was on that interview with. Their passion for Washington State, not just the university, but the football program, the entire athletic department, and really the community of Pullman. Just hearing their vision of what it was is much like the place that I just left. And I could feel the excitement about them wanting to get to know me and wanting to know more about how I've done it. And that inspired me that they were open to listening to the future of what Washington State football could be. And with that, I do want to give those people a thank you. Again, Ann, Ike, Brad Corbin, John Harlow, Adam Ganders, Bill Stevens, and Kelly Kamara. I mean that. Honestly, if that interview didn't go the way I thought it would have, I probably wouldn't have thought second about the other one. I've had a lot of opportunities in my life to say no. I've been blessed because of who I've been around. And after that interview, I felt the passion from them that this place is really special. I felt like it was a passion that myself and my wife can take this next journey of our life and raise our kids here. I'm about people, and I'm about as loyal as it gets. And I know that word has been thrown around here, and people don't want to hear it. But I don't know if you could show that after 19 years in one place, building the national championship program day after day. So I do plan to do that here. But Aaron McCoy entrusted me to run a program, and with that, I'm blessed, and I don't take those blessings for granted. Our staff that will be put in place here will love this team unconventionally, and we're going to push them to new heights. And I take all of these things really personal. People believe in me, and I'm going to show them that their belief is warranted. I didn't know the magnitude, really, of her decision until I accepted this position, and then I got about 3,000 random people texting me from all different angles. So I do appreciate you guys, the fans, the faculty, the alumni. Me and Ike were hanging out on New Year's Eve at 1:30 in the morning together, but prior to that, I was getting invited to house parties from, I think, the Coug Nation. It was quite unique, but I'm excited to be here. So again, Ann, I want to thank you. I want to thank Washington State for your belief in me. And you changed not only my family's life, but you also changed the families of those that mean the world to me. So I thank you. Washington State is a special place. Land-Grant University, a university that's really built on people and opportunity and hard work and a commitment and toughness, and that's kind of what the program I just left. I know what that is. I know what it's like doing in a community that's really bought into one thing. Pullman is Washington State, and Washington State is Pullman, and I am blessed to be here. I believe in this brand. It was one of the first things I said to Ann is, this place is awesome. If you could think about seeing Washington State as a kid for the last 320 weeks on College game day, not a lot of places have that type of national recognition. 19 bowl games, 4 Rose Bowls. But I also believe that this program has so much more to give, and I look forward to tirelessly working this program into becoming a national contender. I didn't come here to lose, and nor did this coaching staff. I believe in this. I believe in this. And we're going to do everything that we can to get on the top of college football. It just happened last year with a conference opponent making the college playoff, and as I told the team last night, don't think it can't be you. If you can't envision yourself winning a national championship, it will never happen. And I do believe that. And some of you from the outside world, I'll catch grief, but I don't care. I've been a winner. I've been a part of a winner my whole life, and I don't plan to stop anytime now. So what you should expect is a certain level of toughness that comes into this program. And for me, tough is team. Everything is about the team. Understanding your expectations and really putting those into not just words, but bringing them to life. Creating a certain level of focus in the individual so that they can go out and finish. That's what toughness is to me. And I'm going to push this group. Expect a program that takes pride in recruiting and knowing the power of recruiting its own state and the bordering states. Also expect a coaching staff that has Midwest ties and can go out and get the best players in the Midwest and bring them back to what is the West Coast Midwest in Pullman, Washington. Expect a team that lives their life with class and integrity and has pride in this university and wants to just not only come to Washington State to play football, but to also earn a meaningful degree that they can walk away with this and experience the next chapter of their life as well. This is an unbelievable institution. The amount of resources that are here that I've just in a short time have been able to not only see or witness, but I've also felt just those people that are working in those departments and how impactful the resources and those individuals that impact this organization really make a difference. Expect a coaching staff to train the action and not the result. I think we live in such a result-based world that when the action's not right, it's not taught. It's just you got the result. We got the result that we wanted, so we look the other way. We're going to coach the kids every single day with a certain level of love and spirit and desire to grow, and they're going to feel that. I felt it last night in just talking to the players. There's a special group here. There's a special group here. I think everybody that follows Washington State saw a core foundation of what showed up that bowl game with a somewhat depleted roster and not many coaches on staff leading it. And that stemmed from the belief in which this team still has. And I'm excited to coach that group. Okay, so we will create an edge. Our edge in our competition will be the ability to create the habits to focus, to sacrifice, to have passion in what we do, to hustle every day, to have toughness, and then be able to finish in the end. We will raise finishers in this program. And this is the next chapter of Washington State football. This is the next chapter of Washington State University. We will rise, and we will be a national contender. And I can promise you have a staff here that we will be put in place to execute those goals and that aspiration. Okay? So I thank you guys for coming out. Go Cougs.
Well, time now for questions from the media and the audience. And our first question, we have Austin Getz ready.
Coach Austin Getz, KHQ SWX in Spokane. Welcome to Pullman. You mentioned of how important South Dakota State and Brookings was to you. You spent most of your entire adult life there. What did you see in Pullman and in this university that made it okay in your head to say, yes, let's go and start a new chapter?
You know, I felt the community just, and everybody that I've had the opportunity to get to know prior to taking this job and what they spoke about it. It's very similar in the community in itself and everything being bought around the town. It just happens to be in the Palouse, a beautiful area in which, I'm a West Coast kid. I'm from Arizona. I spent half my life in South Dakota in the plains. Really cold winters. And to come back out this way with the same type of community, this is important to be able to raise our kids here. I was never going to take a job. I've had opportunities at many, and I just never felt like this was something, those opportunities were anything that really intrigued me because it wasn't a place that I could see my family living there. And so the people, the community, the spirit behind the brand, it's easy to get behind this one, and I'm excited about this opportunity and what we can do as a staff to build this program to take the next chapter and be extremely competitive on the national stage.
Hi, Coach. Sydney Berger, KXLY TV in Spokane. Congratulations on
Thanks.
the new role. I'm curious, the transfer portal has plagued this program, but a lot of Cougs have withdrawn for the portal and said that they're going to stay a Coug. What has your conversation been like with some of those guys to kind of convince them to ride it out here?
I think we're all living in a unique time of college athletics, and part of that is, if you make a coaching switch like what happened here with Coach Jake Dickert, if it's done right, your players love you. The people make the logo, and I believe that. And so when it's done right, the players want to follow you as well. And my conversations with the players was just give me an opportunity, give us an opportunity to be a part of your life and allow us to embrace your goals and your aspirations. And it's honestly why we all got into coaching, is to push somebody else's dreams and aspirations ahead of our own and make their dreams ours. And I think that's maybe the most rewarding thing that a coach can be a part of, is just watching somebody live out their own dreams. I challenge the players, your dreams will be mine, and we're going to accomplish them together. And I was excited just to experience what we experienced last night as a football team with great energy and enthusiasm, to be really open to so many different faces and so many different people. And it's tough. You lose an entire coaching staff one way or another. There's a lot of emotion that we spend so much time with our players, and I'm not insensitive to those things. So I spent a lot of time with this current roster and just trying to, talk them off the ledge to get back in with us and allow us to be a part of their life. And we'll see how that shakes. The transfer portal is constant, and it's crazy. But we didn't get into coaching to worry about the portal. We really got into coaching to be able to impact those that want to be a part of this and want to be a Coug.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the offensive and defensive schemes you're bringing over from South Dakota State?
Yeah, I believe in creating the scheme around the players. I'll speak defensively. We will be multiple. We're a 4-down front, and 4-3, 4-2-5. At the end of the day, it's being able to know what an offense is doing, attacking you, and protect yourself, and be able to attack them, and being very multiple in how you blitz and disguises. I do believe we will rotate the defensive line like a hockey lineup as soon as we end up getting the right guys in the door that we feel like can execute. It allows us to stay fresh. It allows us to continue to play with multiple people on the field and create a depth that will last throughout the course of the season. As far as offensively, we will use the whole 52 yards of width on the field and really stretch you out and line up in splits and motion to really kind of tell what you're in defensively and then attack you vertically and also be able to run the football. I believe in running the football, and I believe in getting one-on-one opportunities for your best players to have big plays. Special teams-wise, I do believe in keeping things simplistic, although that may look complex. But on all three phases of the ball, we will be physical and we'll strike you, and everybody's going to be running and hitting come Saturday.
Quinn, Cram 2 in Spokane. Hey, Coach, welcome to Pullman. Can you kind of take us into, you said you didn't come here to lose, you came here to win, you believe that you can build a national contender right away. Why won't this be a rebuild, especially with all the turnover that's happened, and why do you believe that there's something that you can build here right away that can be special?
Well, I think that just watching that bowl game, you saw a certain level of spirit that took the field versus a 10-win team, and maybe the team didn't finish. They were 8-1 going into the last stretch of that. This staff won't be distracted either about what else is better, because we came here together for a reason, to be a part of something special. We'll keep the kids' efforts consistent day in and day out. We're not going to get caught up in the results. I mean, I think it's a simplistic model but hard to do, and I think you need to be really consistent on who you do it with a certain level of focus and precise clarity of the things in which you're going after. National contender as a result, but the work is going to start, next Monday with this team and how we prepare and what we do with our bodies and transform our thought process into believing that we can become a national contender. And I felt that on that, watching the TV when you guys played Syracuse. That was, honestly, it was pumping life into me watching Zevi and this O-line that's returning and a defense that has a spirit to them. And I think if you have the spirit to wanting to win and wanting to be a part of a program that's bigger than yourself, that's half the battle. And so as the rest of the world jumps into the portal to see what, if the grass is always greener, we've had a lot of kids, when I called them, say, I'm not going anywhere else, I'm a Coug, Coach. And they've had a lot of opportunities to go elsewhere. And even the ones that have left the team. Esapole, he has an opportunity to go to the NFL. I wish we could get him back. But hearing that kid talk about Washington State, those things matter. You ain't going to wear another logo, Coach. I'm a Coug. And if we can create that here, I think it's special. I just left a place that was like that. And in me leaving, those players love me. They love their staff. And I think I had a mentor tell me it's not the buildings that you hug, it's the people that are in your life. And we just happen to bring everybody here and honestly better their life and their family's life. And I got a lot of grief for that. But I love the staff. I spent a ton of time with them and the spirit in which they have to be able to do this with people I love and their families. And I've been blessed by Ann and her willingness to step out on a, I'm not unaware of kind of all the critiques of Washington State. I also don't care about them. I don't care what people think of me either. I was entrusted to do a job, and I'm going to do it at the highest level I possibly can.
Greg Wood, spokesman of you. Ann said the other day that you were kind of on her radar as a coach that you might, go to at some point. Was WSU ever on your radar before there was an opening here? Kind of what was your level of awareness of this place, before then?
I didn't know how Midwest this was, because this is Midwest. So I've grown up my adult years just out in Brookings, South Dakota, and I've grown to love the Midwest. And then honestly, getting the opportunity to get closer, maybe for me going back home, my parents getting older and being able to be at a place that's very similar to the Midwest but much closer. And this place is beautiful. The Palouse is beautiful, and we're excited to raise our family here and do it with a coaching staff and a bunch of players that are inspired for greatness.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for the questions. And right now, it's time to take some photographs real quick.
Awesome.